Hello, I'm Wyatt Peters, and this is the SJW show, brought to you by the Mooguls.
I'm JD Whistler, your host. As always, we have Darian Michael Black standing in for Elon Musk.
Wyatt, you should say brought to you by the Mooguls and all that after we are do that.
And this is the SJW Podcast, brought to you by, of course, the Mooguls, as always.
How many times are we going to screw this up?
Plug the merch, G.
Oh, yes, merch. I'm going to start making some shirts. Of course, we have this one that's very popular in our school currently. It says, "Shut up, Darian."
We already have probably 20 orders that want them.
Yeah, it's got, of course, "Shut up, Darian" here. We got the logo on the arm here.
Yeah.
And then we got the logo directly on the back.
We'd like to thank Jessica Trigg for making the logo.
Yes.
She's probably going to get a free shirt out of making it, probably nothing else.
Probably not. We don't know.
We might just make her pay for this
We
shirt.
we have ideas for other merch also.
Yeah, we have
coming
quite a few.
soon.
Yeah, you'll just have to figure it out, because I don't really know what they
Yeah,
are.
he doesn't. I do.
I mean, I've got a vague idea.
We already have some ideas for Wyatt's merch.
Yeah, of
that he's
course.
gonna wear.
I will not wear anything I find degrading.
We're probably gonna make him.
Yeah, we're gonna probably degrade him.
Yeah.
I won't wear a degrading
Yeah, you
shirt.
will.
Yeah, we will though. So we'll degrade him anyways.
We'll probably get. Oh, should we tell him about the Dick Peters?
No, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
We're good. So,
Doesn't even sound
and
like
of
a
course,
joke.
my little leather notebook here. I had some things I wanted to pop us some questions about right here real quick.
I think he like, what the heck? Dude, I told you they're messing with us.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
Scared me.
You
It's
guys
in
stopped the
lights.
whole first episode where we got it perfect.
It's a rape episode?
Anyways,
Can't make committed rape jokes here. That's
I wanted to talk
Right, Charles.
about.
No, you don't need to slam your book.
So I'm super. Did I ask you your opinion? I wanted
No, I gave
to
it.
talk about some supernatural experiences, guys.
Oh, supernatural?
Some supernatural.
Okay.
I do love coming off as insane.
The other
Oh,
night,
yeah.
I was laying in my bed, and
Licking. Are you talking about the licking?
yeah, the lick
Oh,
thing.
okay.
I was laying in my bed just watching some YouTube, and I felt like what I thought was my cat licking my shoulder blade.
Is it that rough? Because cats have rough
Yeah, it was a
tongues.
rough tongue, and it was cold and wet, and I was like, what the heck?
That's not okay.
And I was like, I laid there and I was like, okay, it's just my cat. But then I like lurch and I'm like, that's not my cat. My cat's outside and my door's closed. And I turn and I see something shoot under my bed. And so I grab a bat to keep next to my bed and I'm like, there's a homeless man and they're gonna get hit.
It's a homeless man licking his shoulder.
And I go ahead and I go to like turn on my
Did you
light.
heard it enter your room, or did that?
No, it was just like licking me. And I was like,
It?
I don't know what it was. And I turn on my light, and I look under my bed. I look all over my room. There is nothing there.
Maybe you're just having a weird.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe just like a weird, like, awake nightmare thing.
What do we name the mouse that lives in here?
Gerald.
I think
And-
it was Gerald.
But Gerald's not that big. And I was like, okay, maybe it's just a dream. And I like go to touch my shoulder, and it's wet. And I'm like,
Not a dream.
no.
Think of it this way: have we ever seen Gerald?
Yes, I have. When you guys were asleep, the last podcast, we were over here. I was laying like right here with the on the couch, and he ran up right to the couch, and I was like, "All right, guy."
Maybe Gerald has a sister named Reginald.
That's Matt as large as a cat.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it was terrifying. And that entire
his
night,
cousin's a rat. He's a mouse.
I just thought maybe it was
It's
one of those wake nightmares.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, whatever.
Awake
So
man.
I lay in my room, and I keep hearing stuff falling off my shelf. Stuff keeps falling off my shelf. I'm like, it's got to be my cat. There's got to be. And I go and look at, and my cat's not in my room. Nothing's in my room. So I don't know what it was, but my first thought was demons. So
Yeah. I don't know if I spoke about this on the podcast, but my house.
Before we continue, do you guys think we're not getting like angled enough?
no, we're fine.
All right.
Well,
Whatever.
Nobody
I was
really
wondering,
cares.
because
They just listen to it really. And
Not that you can do that.
yeah, probably.
I know I wouldn't.
Facts. All right. What I was saying is, and where my house is now, we my. I think they're coming over here.
Hey!
Oi!
Shut up!
You blinded!
Sorry about the interruptions.
Radio silence.
Think we'll just edit this out?
No.
No?
No, just
Keep
just
quiet.
just. Well, as I was saying, well, my house is built on like where the oldest house in our town used to be.
used to be the oldest. How'd that
Well,
change?
Because
You
my
got
mother
to
tore it
down.
down.
Okay.
Put my house there. Used
I
to
was
be one of the
about to
oldest.
say, like, you used to be the. Was there one invented before you? Like, someone time travel and make a
Yes.
new oldest?
Yes, yeah. My mother. But no, it's believed to be built on like a graveyard of sorts, and wow, least to say, my house is very haunted.
Speaking of like graveyards and stuff, I was
Oh,
talking with.
We should do a graveyard episode.
I was talking with Wendy.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I was talking.
I don't. what the heck's a graveyard episode?
We take a podcast at the graveyard.
That'd be terrifying.
I feel like the mic quality would be.
Oh, I feel like the ghost would mess with it a lot.
Or
yes.
maybe we could use amping.
Can we
Not sponsored, but
don't want to be sponsored.
Yeah, Christian's sponsored.
Yeah, no, but speaking of like
Like-
burial grounds and stuff, like I was talking to Wendy, who is one of our bosses up where I
He's
work.
one of our
Co-worker,
bosses.
yeah.
Barry doesn't
Yeah.
have a job. He's
yeah, dude, I work for my father.
Yeah, he's works for his dad.
Daddy's money.
I work for it, so not
I
daddy's
mean-
money, but
But
Still technically daddy's money.
she was saying how Coffee Cup was built. They say it was built on an old Indian
Before we
burial
continue,
ground.
Gio Darian say, "At least I have a dad."
People burn.
Oh, dude, that's a good one.
Yeah, but they
At
said
least I
it.
didn't murder my grandpa.
I found him. We're not going to talk about this on the...
But she said it was built on an old Indian burial ground, and I completely believe it because I was upstairs.
Where?
Coffee Cup.
There's an upstairs to the coffee cup.
Yeah, there's an upstairs to the coffee cup.
It's in back. It's just for storage.
I was up there doing backstop.
We should probably explain to them how the coffee cup is shaped. So they
Gas station, back area.
It looks like
there's upstairs.
Walmart, but smaller.
It's just all it holds is like supplies, like cups.
Yeah, and
These
stuff up there, and because I thought I heard something moving up there, so I assumed it was our maintenance guy. And
Doug, he's a sweetheart.
Yeah, I love Doug.
This is scary.
I like his daughter.
We
Don't
know.
say that.
No, Doug knows.
Yeah, no,
Who's
Doug
his daughter?
knows.
Yeah, Doug knows.
Who's his daughter?
Natasha.
Yeah, but anyway,
No.
I'm sure
No.
they can. Yeah, it's not. But I know.
This
I was
a
up
fair
there,
question.
and I was like, "There's nobody up here." I just thought I heard stuff moving. I was like,
coffee.
"Okay, whatever." And so I'm sitting there,
Refill?
and
Refill on Minecraft?
of
Please
course,
never say that again.
And I was
Does
like,
that change with color? With the
"No, I
LED?
wish it did."
It looks like it there.
I know. When
Maybe
I
I
bought
just
it,
saw
was
the-
Jenny, how many kids?
2.
Are those sugar cubes?
Yes,
Yeah,
of
they
course
are.
Yeah.
My
You don't have a
coffee? Yeah.
choice.
What is with you two and putting sugar in my coffee without asking me?
Yeah.
I said you don't have a choice, Wyatt.
That's fair. Continue.
I was up there and I swear I see something just shoot out from the back room and like run across the floor. And it wasn't like a mouse or a rat or something. It was human sized, and I was just I was just a little confused. And I went to go talk about Josh, and you know Josh is pretty.
Are we gonna mute that? Oh.
God.
I thought we were gonna have Josh on this week.
No, but Josh is pretty cool.
Oh, I thought you were talking
I know he wants to.
different Josh.
I guess we'll
I
have
was
to
like,
switch.
can have him.
What other Josh?
Oh, that Josh.
Yeah.
But he's pretty.
We
cool
talked
about
about
stuff. He
that.
said, "Yeah, no, there's definitely something here."
White Cross.
I hate you.
Crosswise.
Whilst telling your story, White Cross red outsides.
We are sponsoring the Aw Man Creeper Cup.
I'd just like to say that you put coffee on JD's leg.
I did. We don't talk about
It
that.
happens. But yeah, Josh was saying how there's probably stuff around you, and I was like, yeah, that's reassuring. And
I have the most lit cup, not gonna lie. Low key.
have you had any like super weird paranormal experiences?
Yes.
Well, I just wanted to add on to your story. So, I didn't even know this is a thing up there. Whenever I go up there, it's happened like twice. I'll go up there and there's like a little back room up in that attic that stores extra stuff. I've never really been in there, but occasionally I'll hear something moving around back there, and I was like, "Hey, Doug, you in there?" Just no response. Stopped hearing noises in there. I assumed it was a mouse. I still assume it's a mouse.
You hope.
I don't think it's haunted.
You hope not.
I don't think it is.
I feel like you hope not.
Yeah.
I just don't
Have
think
you
it
had
is.
any like super weird experiences at your house? Do you want to talk about any?
Well, my grandmother that passed away last month, rip.
R.I.P. in the chat.
Yep.
Chris
Well,
has
my
big
father, which was his mother, was watching Friends, which was her favorite show, and his door literally broke off the hinges when he started playing the show.
That's a
They-
little.
Guess the ghost hates Friends.
They thought it was my grandma trying to watch Friends with them.
Yeah, but I
That's
don't think it
what
would
they
be
said.
that violent though.
Yeah, I mean, I'd break down the door to not watch Friends, but I don't know about watching them.
Dude, Friends is lit. Shut up.
I don't like.
I don't like.
You guys are wrong.
I don't like that kind of show in general.
That's the only one. I hate Seinfeld. Seinfeld's
I don't
big
like
trash.
Seinfeld.
That's literally the same thing, just older.
I never watched Seinfeld.
And with Kramer.
I mean, I think the most
Kramer.
spooky experience I've ever had was probably when I was crawling under my bed in Tennessee. We had a bunk bed at the time.
No. You know, I know your spookiest one that you're forgetting.
Which one?
When your grandma, you couldn't find her in your house, you called the
Alright,
cops.
so one time when I was like 7, my grandma lived in Douglas, and she had this 4-story mansion, right? Basement, main floor, second story attic. I was looking all over the house for my grandma, and I couldn't find her. So as an 8-year-old child, I called the cops. And they came over, knocked on the door, and my grandma came downstairs to answer it. The cops all thought it was hilarious. My grandma did not think it was hilarious.
Did you get beat?
No, she just laughed. It's a pretty funny story.
You just said she.
What about
She's not
there was
happy
one
time.
spooky thing that I think you forgot, Wyatt.
You want to name it?
The attic.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know 100% what you're talking about. He denies ever speaking about this, but
There
me and him both vividly remember.
is
Yeah.
no attic.
Yeah. So
exactly.
He repeatedly would say stuff about an attic in this house that.
It's a one-story house.
One-story house, trailer house at that,
I
and he
don't know
kept
what
saying,
these lunatics are talking about.
It's a one-story trailer house with an addition. That is it.
yeah, and he kept saying, yeah, there's an attic. Do you guys not know about the attic in that house? I'm like, what are you talking about, good sir?
He kept saying he got pulled into it one
There is
time.
no attic, but I made a Pokeball.
Yeah, no, there's definitely.
He
no
did make a
attic.
Pokeball.
Oh, nice.
Gotta catch him up.
Don't throw that at me.
There's anyway, yeah.
I caught him.
I'm curious, JD. What made you hoist the black flag? Did you move to Somalia for a little while?
I like pirates.
The Caribbean.
Did you move to Somalia for a little
No,
while?
I like pirates.
Do you like Somalian pirates?
Yeah, I just like pirates.
Wyatt, you like pirates as much as you like crayons.
I'd like to know, did you stir this?
Absolutely
No.
not.
Yeah, of course you didn't. That's what happened last time. There's sugar at the bottom of my coffee cup. The whole
You
thing
should
was
bring
bitter.
something over here to stir mine also.
How do you put sugar cubes into a coffee and don't stir the sugar?
I didn't have anything to stir. That's why I had my toothpick. I was going like this.
There's a spoon over there, boys.
Do you want me to use this or
A
Look at
spoon,
a spoon.
Wyatt. A
Listen.
spoon. So this episode's kind of just be all over the place.
Ignoramus.
I don't know. I think we're doing something pretty well so far.
Gosh dang.
It's not as like
Chaotic neutral.
yeah.
That is not the right term.
Yeah, this is chaotic.
I think
neutral.
just chaotic.
Was last time or this time?
No, I think just chaotic fits in both situations.
All of our.
No, this is chaotic neutral.
I don't think we
Podcast
need
is
to
chaotic.
add a term as to what kind of what now.
Our podcast is chaotic.
Neutral.
Can you stop saying that? Where did my journal go?
Okay,
but
right there, by the Yoda.
Why'd we take the Yoda off? Was he copyrighted?
Disney.
Disney will own us. I mean, I'll take a share of their company. I don't.
No, I don't. I wanted to talk about just the one of my paranormal experiences when I was like little, when I lived in Upton.
Which is a town nearby, 15 miles away.
I lived in a house that did have an attic, Wyatt, and it's
Where's my 20?
it's
Yes,
it's
15 miles.
It's 15. It smelt of death every time my father would go up there, and no, they cleaned stuff out all the time, and there was nothing up there.
Sounds like rat poo.
No, there was. It smelled of like
Or your
no,
father.
like rotting meat.
Dead rat.
But anyways, no, anyway,
What does the fox say?
can we not get?
Yeah, could you just not do that?
Yeah. Can how's about be quiet, Wyatt?
Yeah. See, it
So
rhymes. It's funny.
so I would lay in my bed, and I would always see this really tall black shadow with like a trench coat and like an old detective
Sure,
fedora
that's not your
hat.
uncle.
That sounds kind of racist.
Black
It's a
shadow.
Figure.
Please stop saying I can't.
Black shadow.
And I would just see it walking around him. I would tell my parents about it. They're like, oh, he's just a very imaginative kid. And then one
Wow.
night I was laying in there in the living room, and I walked from my bedroom to my sister's room.
Put down.
And that night, my parents heard talking over the baby monitor, talking directly to my sister. And that night, my that night,
now?
my sister, she died. And my parents were able to bring her back.
Sister.
Happens all the time.
but she died a lot. Every night I would see it. I'd see him walk into her room, and she was completely dead. She was cold. Rigor mortis was starting to set in. She was dead.
Dead, you say?
And I don't know how.
So Trump, how long have you been done with
Completely cold.
You can
Rigor
go.
mortis setting in.
You can go ahead and ask my parents.
And she didn't die.
She was dead.
No brain damage.
She was
How would she
dead.
have
No
brain
brain
damage?
damage.
She was dead.
How is she here? I'm kind of confused.
Resuscitation.
I don't know how. But
You
my
can't resuscitate
Well, I
a
don't
rigor
know.
mortis body.
It was starting to set in. It wasn't set in yet.
Yeah, my parents, they broke down. They started shouting and crying, and all of a sudden Mahina goes,
Lord,
And she
bring
comes
back
back.
my baby.
and she came back. And I don't know how. I don't know what happened there, but she came back.
If you had a pen, I'd be writing X.
You want to go ahead and talk to my parents about it? I'm
Why
serious.
go on the intercom?
I refuse to believe that's true. I just don't want to believe it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
no.
But other than that house, my mother would see somebody
World War I
walking in the
notes.
backyard all the time.
Here, get that here.
Yeah, you don't need that.
It's not like you can read my chicken
I
scratch.
can't read it.
Yeah, you don't need that.
I
Why?
do need it. I'm going to be bringing up World War I at some point.
No, it's okay. So my mom would see the same shadow guy like walking in the backyard, and she'd think it was my dad, but my dad wasn't home yet, and she heard the screen door slam open and then slam shut.
Alright, you know what's not true about the
Nobody's here.
story?
Hmm.
I know for a fact there's no such thing as a dad. My mom told me. So I'd like to know what that is. Come on, explain
You
it.
know my father.
Come on, big guy, what's a dad?
It's someone that throws the old pigskin with you and takes you on fishing trips.
Yeah,
It doesn't.
Yeah, sounds like a fairy tale.
but
Sounds like a happy ending for Wyatt.
other times my parents would see the little face. Not like at this point, I'm in my bedroom. I'm asleep. I'm done. My parents would see something peeking in and out of their doorway,
It was me.
and
It's your mom.
Oh, the big face.
they'd be like,
The whole face.
"Where is that JD?" And they'd go up there, and there was nothing there. And then they closed the door again, and they see it peeking into a little window we had on the door, and they'd see it keep peeking in and out, and never really knew what was up at that house. That house was just scary.
Does your phone have charger on it?
Yeah, it's charged.
Me and JD found a ghost at the high school. I don't know what it was, and I don't know if we actually found it, but we did.
Oh.
And you know, the reason I say I know we found it is because when we went to the, we were walking by, the theater room, right?
Auditorium.
No, it was like the curtain behind it. Like behind the curtains.
It's still the auditorium.
Band room?
No, it's in between, like behind the curtains in the auditorium.
So
anyway,
it's like
we were walking
the
by,
little way.
and we were looking at the
Yeah.
window entering in there, because I'm pretty sure that it had a window at the time. We looked in there,
It
there was a
still
red light. And I've never seen a red light in that auditorium since. Do you remember that?
Absolutely.
Oh, do you want? I remembered something because he said that. Well, one time we live in just a small town, but there's an old elementary. You know what I'm talking about? The music.
I think
Yes.
I don't want to listen to this.
We
That
were.
school terrifies me. It always has, and I.
Well, there's
still-
this little like area that comes in, and then there's stairs that go up to where
Yes.
there's a place called. It's the after school. It's the teen room where some kids go and hang out. The weird kids.
Also, a cowboy house. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. Well, one night we were just walking around. We heard it was like probably 2 in the morning. We were just walking around town because we had nothing better to do.
Yeah,
we live
small
in
town. Nothing to do.
Nothing
And we
to do.
literally, like when we were kids, we just walk around for hours.
Yeah. And well, we were walking around and we walked past and we heard the music, so we decided, and we seen a red light, so we decided to go walk over and check it out. And there was some like satanic heavy metal stuff playing over there.
Yeah,
And we
and
were
there
like-
was nobody there. At that point, it
was
wasn't
like-
being
it was
used
2
for anything.
in the morning, and now it's like a senior center and a whole bunch of stuff they turned it into. But before it was just an empty building, and it was the most terrifying experience
Yeah,
of my life.
there's been janitors that worked there that during the night shift, like they'd hear the radios turn on and stuff and start playing music, and they'd go over and unplug
A
the
lot of people
radios.
saw a cowboy ghost as well.
That
A
shot
lot of
himself.
janitors,
He was a
and a few
janitor.
people have seen
Yeah,
that ghost.
the night shift janitors, and you know, I can't think of her name all of a sudden. Anyway, she works in the
Robbie?
No, I think I know who you're talking.
She works at Coffee Cup now.
Oh,
I don't know.
I think I know who you're talking.
I don't know who her name is, but she would be walking around. She'd go unplug the radio, and she'd start cleaning again, and the radio would turn on, and she'd go over to like unplug it, and the radio was unplugged. It was just playing music.
Have you guys been in the tunnels underneath it? I thought you guys went through the
No,
sewers
none of.
underneath.
See, everybody says there's tunnels, but I've never seen
Yeah,
anything to get to them.
I've seen the way to get to it.
Yeah.
If you go underneath the stairs and to the left where that maintenance room is, you can see a giant ass hole in the wall, like a freaking hole, like it looked like it was busted through with a hammer. That leads down to some tunnels.
There's also under like most towns that are old. We have
yeah,
tunnels that
the
go under
old,
all of our town.
Hold on,
old
I'm
Prohibition
not done with
tunnels.
my thought. Anyway,
Bootlegging.
Yeah, bootlegging.
so
Prostitution.
I was talking to the nurse, her name is Miss Gray, and she said never go under those tunnels. She says she's never heard any good stories about people who did go under there. And a lot of people don't talk about going under there. So that's a place I'm never going to go.
I
isn't
probably
there-
will.
Darren, you remember when we went to that branding earlier this year, in July? The one where your phone got broke by my dog.
Oh yeah.
You remember that story they were telling us about the witch grave?
Oh, the one up here or down or over down
The one
there?
where at 3 in the morning, if you're on a static radio channel, it'll start playing something. Something like that.
I think I remember something like that. Some along those lines.
We'll have to take in
Oh. After that, Jay told me about the.
No, you can start. I just
Yeah.
want to like touch on. I don't know what it is though. Do you know?
No, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but that has to do. I think a lot of it has to do with
Witching
satellites.
So
The
here's
witching hour.
what
Yeah,
I'm gonna
so-
say. All right, so I don't know this whole story, so I'm gonna half-ass it. Half of this is gonna be true. Half of this is gonna be utter nonsense.
80%.
But there's this.
That's what I was gonna say.
No, it's more like 50-50. So this graveyard could be in either Upton or Moorcroft, but for the point
It's
of the story,
definitely Upton.
I was about to
It's
say
100%
I'm pretty
Upton.
sure it's in Upton. There's this grave where if you stand over it in the middle of the night, right in front
That's
of
kind of
its
disrespectful. Who the
headstone.
fuck is standing over a grave at 3 in the morning?
If you stand right in front of its headstone, I think it's 3 or 2 in the morning, and
It's
you're
three.
you're
That's
on
what you are.
you're on any channel, it'll immediately shut that channel off. It'll go black, and it'll start playing a certain.
You know what
I think
that
it's
is?
a classical song, and it's one. And I've had like 3 friends who've done it, and it's done the same thing every time.
You know what that is? That's a Russian base underground that they're covering up.
Slav bass. No, it's classical.
It just like slides
But
open.
yeah, Upton, that cemetery is terrifying. If you're right there at the right time of night, like the angels and like the statues and stuff that are in there, their eyes turn red, and I don't know why, but it looks like there's red lights in their eyes, and there's no lights
We
there
should go up
for
there
it.
right now.
Let's not go to Upton.
Yeah,
Can we?
no.
No,
I'll pay for gas.
No thanks. I don't
Yeah,
want to
when
go
we're
there.
done with this.
That place is
It's
terrifying.
only like 6 o'clock.
I know.
but
I'm
no.
interested, dude. Come on.
I'm
Do you
terrified of that
know
place.
where ghost chasers that are?
I know we are, but that place terrifies me. I used to tour with my grandmother all the time.
You know,
Oh,
that.
do you want to tell them about?
Cowards.
Did we tell them about Riley yet?
On BB?
No, we're fine.
No, we're not gonna tell him right.
Oh no, we're.
That's just a clown that we met on a website.
He's
that,
pretty
like,
cool.
Yeah.
He was not cool.
He made
He
fun
had
of
trash magic.
He made fun
He
of
had
Darien.
trash magic that I debunked in 10
He
seconds.
made
and
fun
got-
of Darien, which is
and everyone
why
got
I
mad.
liked him.
Hey,
Personally,
Wyatt, stop being a Dick Peters.
Yeah.
that's not a very good joke. I'm not
Hey,
gonna
it's
lie.
a
Dick
classic
Peters.
prank.
Don't be Dick Peters.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a very good
Don't
joke.
be Dick Peters.
You're just mad because it's at you.
I'd like you to refer to my rank of private Peters, like you.
Yeah, private.
His Peters ain't private.
That's actually a good point. So when I was a little kid, I had a tick on my dick. I think I was like 3 years old, right? So it was on the tip of my pee-pee. They took me to the hospital, and they had like literally every doctor in there look at my dick to figure out what their head was telling me. I had an entire hospital look at my little baby pee-pee. So yeah,
You
my
can't say
private,
that, Wyatt.
my,
That's so messed
my
up.
Peter is not private. That is the truth.
Wyatt, this is gonna be your legs tonight. Spread.
Hey, so completely different.
Thank God.
Let's talk about the. Have you
Let's talk
have you
about sex,
heard of-
baby. Let's
Wyatt,
talk
shut
about
up!
Quiet.
Me.
Quiet,
Talk
Wyatt.
about all the good things
Wyatt.
and the bad things. If they copyright me, that's just that's a compliment.
Wyatt, you liberal, be quiet.
This is coming
Keep
from
your
a
mouth-
liberal family who's only a.
Keep your mouth.
Keep your.
Keep your mouth quiet there, Wyatt. Don't be scrolling with the coffee, dummy.
It's out.
Yeah, clearly. Clearly, get out of there. Get out of there. Get your ass out of there. Come on. Come on. Sit your butt down.
I hated
That's
that.
the Guggen walk.
So I want to talk about. Did you see that
Aaron,
new Google?
just clean this house. Pick up that pizza and this before I lose my mind.
You won't.
You
No.
already lost it. I want to talk about the that new Google thing.
Hey,
You know the Google.
Gulag thing?
No, the Google. How they just released like a game thing.
No.
I forget what it's called. Like the Google.
Pixel 3?
No.
Oh, you know what I was
It's a
thinking?
game
They make-
controller
I was
that's
gonna say, they
loaded
make a
with.
gaming console.
Yeah, it's the game console is like the Chromecast pretty much, the Google Chromecast.
So it's in the controller.
Yeah, it's in the controller.
So it's like those old SpongeBob games where you play the notes.
Yeah.
Sort of,
Yeah.
Those things are
it's
lit.
loaded with tons of games.
Like, yeah, it sounds like one of those
Like an
knockoffs you can
Atari.
buy
No,
online
Like the
for
Ataris have like
$5.
500
No, because,
games
like,
on them.
It's from the Chromecast. Like, you know, the thing you plug into your TV, sort of like the 5
No,
or 6
we
and stuff.
got it.
Yeah, but then you have the controller, and you download a base from sort of like your Steam library. You download those to your TV, and you can play it with that.
I'd actually really like that.
Yeah, it looks pretty neat.
You know what I was thinking of?
I wonder how it replaced the mouse and keyboard.
Does anyone have their phone? I need to look something up. Here, I'll be right back.
No, but that gator's eating my wallet.
Crockett
Your wife,
Gator.
Wyatt.
Crockett gator?
Crockett, see you
So why
later.
can't I make one?
No. But where do you think gaming is gonna head, Darian? Speaking of, like, cause I mean, like, there's that whole thing, like, cause that's a new
Undo
console.
check what?
It's just sort of like,
I don't think it's gonna take off.
I
Well, you
just
gotta
sort
think of it this way. So, like, the PlayStation Portable, right? It was one of the most advanced handhelds. at its
PSPs,
time.
people still love them.
Yeah, I know.
I
people
love
still love them,
PSPs.
but it not the PSP. The,
The
PS
Vitas.
Vita is what I'm talking about. It was literally the most advanced, best console you could buy for a decent price, right? But they bombed.
So
I
did
just don't
this-
think.
so
I think
did the,
Google's gonna try to invent it, but it doesn't have the base to take
So
off.
did the Wii
The
U.
Oculus,
Wii U also
Quest
bombed.
is what I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
it bombed. Nintendo's one of the biggest gaming companies,
Right.
like,
but what I'm saying is,
in that bomb.
The Wii
yeah,
U
but
was
the Wii U was
trash.
like just like the Wii, but it wasn't good.
It was the Switch that.
Well, you gotta think
without
about it. The people already had 3DSs. Why would you buy a Wii U if you already had like a 3DS or something like that?
Why are people buying Switches?
Well, because Switches are.
You can
it's
take them
a-
on the go.
Yeah, and you can
Exactly.
connect it to your TV.
That's what they wanted to do with the Wii U.
Yeah, but they failed miserably. I don't know why, honestly. I just.
I think they succeeded with the
I think-
Switch because of their controllers.
Yeah,
and the
Joy-Cons.
Joy-Cons.
I think you could
Yeah,
take off the
Joy-Cons.
controller and play
and
with
you get
two
Pro
people.
controller, so it's like an Xbox.
Yeah,
or
I think
PlayStation.
that's why that one took off.
I really think that the next step in gaming is going to be VR.
I
that's
think we all agree.
That's what I was just talking about. The Oculus Quest that's coming out.
I don't think we're as close to that. as
There's a new like, if any of you watch Sword Art Online,
No.
All I'm saying is by the time we get that level of technology, I'm gonna already have embraced our robot overlords, and I'm gonna be creating energy for them.
I'm just saying, like, that
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
this does taste
that,
like dirt.
that
That's
ki-
what we get.
that kind of like Oculus
Yeah, eat my pee-pee.
that kind of like Oculus thing where it just like
The
you're
Quest.
completely in it, and there's like
Horror. Those ones and the horror games on Oculuses are quite terrifying.
there was a new
I don't-
not the Oculus Quest, but there was a new VR headset coming out that they wanted to release Half-Life 3.
Yeah. No, that's
No, they release Half-Life 3
No,
every year.
no,
No,
Half-Life
they're going.
3.
They're
No, I
releasing
think
it.
that
Oh,
when they
right,
release
right.
Half-Life 3, it's going to
I
be
love
with a
I'm
Half-Life.
actually
new.
gonna say the original Battlefront 3 is gonna come out.
No,
Suck
listen,
my
because
pee-pee.
Half-Life 1 came out with the release of a new console,
Which
a
was-
new, very innovative console. Same with Half-Life 2.
Half-Life
I
2
think-
is my life. I loved Half-Life.
I entirely think that Half-Life 3 is going to come out with VR.
Did you enjoy Half-Life 2, Wyatt?
I played it for a while. It seems like a good game.
It's a
I just-
very good game.
I don't think I got into it early enough, and I think the old thing, like, it doesn't have the nostalgic feel for me, so when I opened it, it's like a new game to me, but it still has like, really old graphics. But I can tell it's a good game. I
It
just,
was a great game.
It's
I
not
played
really-
it.
it's not my
I was
thing.
like 10
You know
when
what
I
game
started
gives
playing
me
it.
nostalgia?
Portal 2.
Minecraft.
I don't think it doesn't really
Oh,
get-
Creeper! Oh man.
Creeper.
So when we were in 6th grade, we would play.
Rage Quit Darian.
Darian did love to rage quit the minute he died. Like, we could be 10 minutes in, he'd rage quit.
yeah,
But,
Yeah, we'd be like,
We'd play Minecraft
Jamming.
for entire nights. Like,
Yeah, we
I
would.
have over 400 hours logged.
At my house, he
I
pro-
think you have over 600 hours. It doesn't just save most of it.
No, at my house we probably have 1,000 hours.
Like,
left. We
yeah,
have
well,
so much.
What I'm
hours.
trying to tell you is, on my computer, I've been playing this game for not even a year yet, and I've already have 1,200 hours. I think we have a lot more than that on Minecraft.
Yeah, no, I just on the old Xbox version. The old Xbox 360 one.
I think
Yeah.
we have more
I have
for it.
over. I have so
I
many
think
hours.
we have a
on that.
lot more hours.
On the Xbox One and on my phone and on my computer, I guarantee you I have over.
Hey,
10,000.
so there's a new Christmas movie on Netflix called Klaus. Have you guys
Klaus?
watched it?
No, it
You
looks
need,
trash.
no, you need to
Klaus.
watch it. It's really good.
I feel like I've seen it.
Just watch it on Netflix. It's brand new.
Isn't
It's,
it an animated movie?
it's the only Netflix movie I've ever actually enjoyed, so please check it out so we can talk about it next time.
Probably
And
not.
you guys too, check out Klaus. It's a good Netflix original.
Hey,
say that enough.
don't plug Netflix.
I'm not plugging Netflix, I'm plugging Klaus. And you know what's better than Disney Plus, Darian?
Let's not get Disney to sue us.
I say we pirate it like a mess.
Speaking of suing,
Yarr!
This is a BKE wallet.
Speaking of suing, I want to
Yes,
sort of
I
talk
already told
about-
Stop bending.
Go fuck
Let the crocodile. You were bending my wallet.
I want to talk about how,
Quit being a
some
dictator.
like a bit of politics. Wyatt, you're gonna like this.
Oh no.
You know how we did that political comment, Darian, with the one about the NSA looking at our
Yeah.
phones?
Yeah, NSA.
Yeah. Do you think that's infringing on one of our rights they wanted?
I'll start by saying this topic is incredibly boring to me. I don't think they're going to stop infringing on our rights. I think it is infringing on our rights, but I think they infringe on our rights with
What do
every
you-
single right. So I
What do
don't
you think
really
about
care.
the
Yeah. What
liberals and
do
the
you think about them
gun laws
storing all of our data like that?
after
I
the
think it should
Isn't
be
that sort of
illegal.
unreasonable search and
No,
seizure?
it is, but I don't think they're going to stop doing it no matter what we do.
I feel like I honestly feel if we as a people, like the United States people, go ahead and say like, hey,
quit.
I don't like that. Can we not? They might try. It might slow down.
I think the minute one side tries to take that stance, the other side's going to disagree with it. Just no matter which side it is.
Well, with the
I think
political
if the
heat
Democrats did, the
currently, yeah.
Republicans would be like, we're going to weaken our security. And if the Republicans tried to do it, they're like, this is Republican shilling so that they can stop Democrats from getting the vote. I think either way, they're not going to join on it. I think theoretically, if we did, yeah, it'd get passed. Otherwise, the people would get voted out of office. But I don't think we're there yet in our politics. I think
What
we're
do
too
you
divided.
think about the four? Wyatt?
The four?
Yeah, the ones that are
Like when
in
you're golfing, you're like,
no,
four!
No, the ones that are in the Senate. The dumb wads.
You want to be more specific? The squad.
Yeah, the squad.
I think they're visionaries of our time, and they deserve all the respect.
Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
no. Yeah, she's in it.
no, she's not. It's Rashida Tlaib,
I had one.
Andrea
Cortez.
Cortez, Preston something, and then there's one more.
There's one chick.
They're all a bunch
There's-
of retarded socialists. I don't care about
Let's
them.
not.
They're about as smart as Bernie Sanders.
Hey,
Actually, I do respect Bernie Sanders.
Sanders
and his
is an
honesty.
educated man.
Feel
he has
the
just terrible
burn.
ideas.
Feel the burn. I think he's more honest than the rest of them. I think he actually believes in what he says, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's possible.
I mean, he tried to do it, but anyway, I don't want to get too far into
Well,
super politics.
Actually, here's something
So
political
did
that's
other
not
countries.
too political. I want to talk about Hong Kong. Recently, I think it's 100 students are literally being trapped in a college by the Hong Kong police, and they're surrounded, and I'm pretty sure people are going to start Tiananmen Square Part 2 electric boogalooing.
I don't think. What are
We're
you
not-
talking
what are you-
about?
What are you talking about?
Okay, well,
you mean Tiananmen Cubed?
yes, Tiananmen Cube, where they shot a bunch of people.
Oh, with cubes.
No, with
Minecraft.
guns.
Minecraft.
No,
Minecraft. Guys, let's talk about Minecraft.
Yeah. We do. Please
Let's
don't.
talk
No,
about
I-
anything but
hey,
Minecraft.
So
Yeah.
sort of on the same
Not
idea as the phones thing and like how people think they're listening to us all the time.
I really though I do want to what do you think we should do about Hong Kong? Like, for real, before we move on.
I don't want to say my opinion
We're,
because I don't.
I feel like we're not a. That's
So,
not.
Jay
a
lives in fear of the communist government.
No, mainly because I don't want.
viewers to feel.
No, it's not that. I just.
Live in fear of the communist government.
No, I don't care about the Chinese government.
I feel like we shouldn't give a fuck because that's.
Hey,
You ever
Mr.
talk
Tracy's
about
gonna
democracy
talk about-
being overtaken by a...
Huh?
Miss Tracy's gonna.
Yeah, we're gonna write you on the board for Swartz.
Oh, I'm right. You're on the board for Schwartz.
Yeah, I haven't swore yet,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
you did.
but we're editing that out.
No, we're not.
All right.
Don't at me, alright? I won't at you.
You don't edit it out.
Communist. I did want to talk about like how our phones are listening to and stuff.
I thought
About
we were on that already.
AI. Artificial intelligence.
Well, I already said earlier, the minute we're technologically
What's it
advanced,
called?
I'm just gonna submit to
What's
our
it called when an AI
technological
becomes like
overlords.
Sentient?
It's sentient.
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't.
What do you think about
personally care.
sentient AIs?
I think if you're the one who invents it, you should just go jump off a
I
bridge.
think no. I think that
Lava.
our technology is evolving faster than we are, and we need to slow down on it.
I think we could just. I don't think we will. An
I feel like
example
it needs
is in
to-
World War One. They were trying to do it like the Russians, right? They were falling behind technologically. They tried to get an arms deal where they wouldn't develop certain ways. Everybody ignored them.
Yeah,
I
but
think it's going to be like that. We're going to be like, yeah, don't develop your technology, and then one country's going to be like, but it'll help us. And they'll
yeah,
develop
but that's the thing is, well, it is helping us.
Like,
But I think
like nukes with.
I think we're developing it way too fast to where
I feel like
eventually the AI is going to become sentient and it's going to start just
Taking
controlling
over.
it.
things.
I don't think we're close yet. You
You're
gotta remember
pretty
how
close.
stupid computers are. You've got to
Hey,
literally
but-
tell
no,
them
remember,
everything.
Remember,
they do.
not too long ago, I don't know if it was Google or somebody else, but they made an AI that they just sort of let run and it started talking with another AI program, and they would talk back and forth, and they started making their own language, and they people couldn't decipher what was happening. but the AIs completely understood the processes that were happening there. So they were making their own language, and we didn't know what was happening.
It could have just been they were speaking gibberish, and it looked like they knew what they were talking about.
Well, I mean, they were
performing tasks.
Well, we do have people who are who their literal jobs is to find out what certain languages are based purely off nothing but what they're saying.
Yeah.
I think either if that was the case and they were speaking a new language, they would have deciphered what it meant. And also,
no, because they were. It wasn't just like.
Well,
it was like it was just sort of like, okay, all of a sudden these things are talking a new language that we don't understand. We don't know what's happening
right,
here.
but here's my stance, right? So I do think we'll get there one day. I don't think we're as close yet as you think we are.
I'm gonna have to side with Elon Musk on this.
That,
No, I'm serious. Elon Musk, he completely believes that we're not too far from stuff like that.
do you, Elon Musk?
I do believe this.
Okay, well, I just think you got to remember how stupid a computer is without human input. Like, you have to program a computer.
We say that, but how often are we saying to our phones,
well,
"Hey phone, do this"?
Right, but the people who program, like, there's things I could do. Like, I could say, "Hey phone, translate so and so into Israeli." Or say, "I'm not programmed to translate in Israeli yet." So everything you say to that phone, it's programmed to call out certain keywords.
And they're learning.
Well, the people are learning to train it how to learn, and I think that's our problem. I don't think
we're giving it too much power there.
I think we need to get rid of like self-learning.
I feel like the only technology that needs to advance the most is like for health and stuff. For like
I think weaponry needs to advance, and I think we need to kill everyone.
Anyways, let's off about Mecha Hitler here.
I like Mecha
Stalin.
Trotsky. Mecha Trotsky.
Yeah, let's not
Papa
talk about
Trotsky is the best Trotsky.
You're wrong.
But that sort of delves into. I wanted to transition.
They're not
from
actually communists.
How
Just
like AIs they have AIs that like sound like other people and stuff. Okay, they sound like other people. Like they have those Morgan Freeman ones and stuff, and those are like the deep fakes and stuff. You know, and like you can make people say whatever you want. Their deep fakes have gotten so good.
Yeah,
they're
if I
scary.
hold on to someone's head, I can make them say whatever I want
No,
to.
they're scary. Like online, you could just like if we were to say a couple key phrases, that'll sound exactly like us. And it's not like the Obama things where you see Obama singing like "Never Gonna Give You Up" or something.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
And
by the way,
you.
Rick Ashley for president 2019. He's never gonna let us down. He's never gonna give us up. He's never gonna run around.
No, but I'm serious. These things, they sound like it flows naturally, and it's like.
Well, I know what you mean,
but they sound so real, and anybody can make one.
I think if they were that good, our phones wouldn't sound like robots.
No, I mean, my Siri doesn't anymore.
Yeah, my Siri does.
Well, hold on.
I mean, the Google, the Alexa, all those, they sound like people now.
I still don't think. Like, listen. Hey Siri, speak to me real quick. Say a sentence.
I'm sorry.
You don't like hear the robotic end to that, like.
Well, I mean, of course it has robotic, but they're programming the voice. It's taking somebody else's voice and making it into something else.
I don't know.
That is somebody's voice.
No, but that's the actual thing.
Well, no,
they're
I know that's the
posting
thing.
them online, and people are like, "Oh wait, did that guy actually say that?" Because it's so realistic.
I think a lot of this
anybody
stuff
could take that stuff and take something you say and make it sound completely out of
I
context.
think if it was
And I
as
think
good
that's
as you
gonna
think it is, I think
it is though.
I think it's maybe in the military it is. I don't.
No,
think
it's the general public has access to.
What do you
I think people are making really well edited videos.
That's what it is though. It's called a deep fake. That's what they're doing.
Right.
And anybody can make these.
Right, but it takes a long time to make one of those. That
Not
is
anymore. You can. There's websites that do it.
All I'm saying is like this stuff. You think it's a lot. Like think of it this way, when like way before like when Napoleon was taking over the country, right? Actually, no. Back to World War I because I know a lot more about World War I. When Belgium was getting ready for the German invasion, they had a crap ton of like the most advanced forts, right? They were the most advanced forts in Europe, in the world. And what the guy said is these forts can stand up to any artillery barrage out there, right? They're going to be fine. The Germans went in there with their artilleries and destroyed every single one of those forts to rubble.
That has nothing to do with deepfakes.
No, what I'm trying to explain to you, technology it seems scary, right? So like
no,
people,
that's just weird to me that people can.
No,
just
I agree. It's weird, and I think
you can make them sound like say whatever you want. Like I'd say I take him and I want to make him say, "I eat puppies and hate children." I can make him say that.
I would like you to pull up an example of good deepfake online right now.
Hand me your phone.
I'd rather you.
My phone's over there.
As I was gonna say,
Darren,
based on like never mind.
I'm
I don't have
going
mine.
Alright, fine, but if I get tracked by the government, I'm shooting you first.
The government's shooting you.
Like
first.
technology advancements, what do you think about like military like weaponry advances because you know they have like
Always advanced. I think what they don't tell us is that they have a good nuclear defense system, and I think we'd be fine if they shot nukes. I think we could disable them from afar. I firmly believe that's
an
something
EMP.
that can happen. Not even with an EMP. I think we have laser weapons that can do it.
That's what I was
Like
thinking.
people
was,
still
laser
think we're
weapons.
operating under what's that system called that was made with JFK?
I don't know.
It's like the Moab system. Anyway,
It's Moab.
Yeah, it's basically they shoot missiles at it and it's like extremely ineffective and expensive. I think we've progressed past that, but nobody knows.
I
I
feel
think
like-
nuclear annihilation is long a thing.
What
of
do
the
you
past.
What do you
We
think?
just don't talk about it.
Do you think if
I
we
still-
built a like you know how a nuke kills everything when it blows up?
What I was about to say is I think modern warfare would still be just as deadly as nukes, but there wouldn't be nukes involved. I think modern weaponry is
Just
so
not
advanced. and
nuclear
so
Here's
fast.
what I'm
fallout
thinking.
after
You
it.
could like firebomb a place and it'd be just as devastating as a nuke.
Make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point.
Of course, this is a.
Jordan Peele created
Right,
this
type
fake
one in.
video of President Obama to demonstrate
That wasn't
how
Obama,
easy
that
it
was-
is
Right.
to
Find a
avoid
website, type in a sentence, and judge.
Moving forward,
You need
we
a computer.
be more vigilant with
Why?
what we trust from the internet.
Not everyone bought it, but the technology behind
It's so
Right,
crazy.
he made that. But find one where
Yeah.
you just type in word.
Okay, I'm just gonna look
Okay,
at the deepfake
do
website.
you think it would be more devastating for a nuke to drop on a country or a giant EMP?
A nuke.
Like,
I think how big is the nuke? What kind of nuke are we using? There are multiple different types of nukes. There's nukes that will shoot radiation into the air. There's nukes that'll like just make.
like
a
just
huge
say the
explosion.
ones they used in World War II. Like,
It'd definitely be an EMP. The World War II, where nukes were weak.
check out and
Yeah, but now we have stuff that's way.
We have nukes that would annihilate. a
Speaking
small
of
country.
EMP, that was terrifying.
how about no? Oh, that light just went out.
Yeah, that's fun.
Rolling. But nukes nowadays, Darian.
That's you know what that is? That's the government listening to us and be like, here's an EMP for
Alright,
you.
modern nukes, there are nukes that are big enough to take out the entire country of Belgium in one go. We have nukes that big. I think
Well, yeah.
modern nukes would be a lot more deadly, but comparing
Don't
the
they
World
use
War II
fusion?
route,
Or fission.
Fusion.
yeah, anyway,
No, they use fusion. The
What I'm
big
trying to
atom
say-
bombs use fission.
is comparatively World War II nukes were weak, and if we used an EMP, which I don't think we have good EMPs yet, otherwise they'd be used. If we had an
No, they wouldn't. That'd
would be a lot
like,
more.
That'd be like
Especially
a
in a-
call for war. If
especially-
you EMP'd a country.
No. Especially in a modern country, if you EMP'd, it'd be a lot more
Okay,
devastating. just
like-
'cause
Well, yeah, they
it's
can't do
disabled.
shit.
Of course, I can't just make one on a phone.
No,
I need
if
a
we
computer, but
EMP'd a Middle Eastern state, nobody would care.
I can't just make one.
Big-
off
oh, my
the-
Nobody
TV!
would care.
My TV! Oh no! Because that's all they have for technology.
They don't even have.
But all I'm saying is,
Yeah, they do.
Jordan
they watch
Peele.
soccer.
just Jordan Peele, a guy, a random guy. I mean, he's an actor, of course.
Right.
But Jordan Peele has the ability. He went through and he made this deepfake himself.
Right, but can you find a deepfake website where it just generates it using an AI?
Not on a phone.
On a computer.
On a
Here, I'll get
computer,
you.
You
Here's
got
your
a
laptop.
computer.
Bring me my computer.
I wonder if you can find an example of this online. I'll admit I'm wrong, but right now I think it's just good editing.
Of course, it's good editing. That's how you make a deepfake.
Right, I'm saying computers aren't able to make that editing themselves. I think it's humans that can do that.
No, I'm talking like
Using AI to help them.
no. It's like a Photoshop is all it is. Is all they're doing.
I think we're at like 45 minutes. So we got like 15 minutes left in this one. Not even 45. We're at
Keep
like
talking.
40. I'll check.
Well, since we're just talking, I'll bring up the
44.
I brought 3 questions. I'd like to say
Oh, hold up. Deepfake. Oh, that's a CNN thing. Never mind.
I always-
was gonna-
Why? Do you want to see
I was
something?
gonna- I was
Why?
gonna-
Do you want to see the cutest thing ever?
I'd like to say
Hold on.
that is adorable. So before America was generally neutral, right, in Europe, before World War I, we were like stay out of the European affairs. Right?
Wow.
That was one of the things George Washington said: do not get tangled in European affairs. And then in April 17th, 1917, America joined World War I. And the reasons for joining the war were very iffy. A lot of the stuff was made up and like just bullcrap. Like on the surface, our reason for joining was the what's that? The Zimmerman note sent to
Yes.
Mexico and German attacking on American
The
shipping.
Zimmerman note was the man who saved all the Holocaust.
No, that's not
No,
Zimmerman.
that Zimmerman note is the one sent to Mexico. to give them
This is
German.
in Chinese. I can't read.
Anyway,
Chinese.
so we use that in shipping, right? So the problem
I
with
can't do this.
the problem with the Zimmerman note for us to join World War II is that had been done to multiple countries by the Allies too, right? Nobody joined a war over it. And the problem with attacks on American shipping is the British were commandeering our ships and also stopping them, making them only go to British ports. So that wasn't a good reason either. But we used the newspapers, and Woodrow Wilson tried their best to sway American public opinion to make us join this war. And it's Woodrow Wilson really wanted to join it, and Woodrow Wilson,
a piece of shit.
yeah, I didn't like him as a president. He thought he was Jesus. Like, there's a quote from the British Prime Minister at the time when he was at the peace meetings with Woodrow Wilson and they call him the Lion of France. Anyway, he was the Prime Minister of France at the time. He was a great guy. But this British Prime Minister said it was like, no, it wasn't Churchill.
See, I'm reading this right here, and it's
That's
explaining
World War II.
exactly because I can't do it
Oh, I
on
thought you were
Chrome.
talking about World War II.
Because
Sorry, I
with
was
Chrome, you
looking
can
at
only run it through internet browsers. You have to download stuff on with Windows and stuff. You can download. Chrome, you can't.
So you can't just go online and make it.
Not on his.
Not on mine.
He has a cheap computer.
I have a Chrome that you have to stuff. But I'm just watching the process right here. This guy takes Shia LaBeouf and takes him and puts his face sort of over Robert Downey Jr. and he makes the facial structure, the O's and stuff.
So he's photoshopping a face on.
He's not sort of, yes. But you can make him say whatever you want. The deepfakes are so good at that. And this one right here, he's running it through a website that's doing it for him.
All right. Well. Anyways, so we joined this war.
And this is insane. I can't. It's just one of the scariest things to me, honestly, right now is just somebody getting a hold of a deepfake and easily making anybody say what they want.
Anyway, America was gaining. We were economically booming for World War One, right? We were making money selling
as
weapons.
we are now.
Okay, boomer.
That's not what that means.
As we are
I
now.
don't know, I was just making a
Actually,
joke.
no, we're losing money.
Our economy's
our economy is great. What I'm
amazing.
saying is we were.
Yeah, Trump.
This is the time period when the global market went from London to New York, and that was because everybody was buying weapons from America, right? So we're making thousands of dollars. All that money that Britain had stolen from its colonial empires was stolen. I think they rightfully earned it through conquest. Don't get conquered if you don't want your money stolen. Anyway,
That's not how.
all that
So
money was all
basically,
shipped to America,
What
right?
I'm hearing, Wyatt.
So
What I'm hearing, Wyatt, is you're trying to make America just a little gay.
just a little.
Oh,
bit.
we're
Still
making
gay.
Wyatt merch that says "Make America Gay Again."
A little gay.
A little gay. No,
Anyway,
still gonna
so
be modern.
That's great. That's a great idea. Why don't we do that?
Yeah.
We should do that.
So
Sounds
we're
good idea,
economically
right?
booming from this war, right?
Sure.
And American interests tell us don't join this war, just keep selling weapons. Whoever comes out on top, you're not going to be hurt, you're making money. But they twist it and they make American public opinion through newspapers and a lot of false crap on
Propaganda.
newspapers. Yeah, a lot of propaganda. They make us join this war in Europe, right? And I just think it was a really very iffy thing for us to do.
Beans, Damien.
And I was just wondering what you guys thought. Like, do you think we should have joined World War One? Because there really wasn't a good.
money, Damien.
There wasn't a good side in World War One. Both sides had flaws. And
There was not a good side anywhere. The good side.
in World War II, there was a good side.
No, there wasn't. It's whatever your viewpoint is on
Yeah,
life.
honestly,
it's a good point.
it's anybody's viewpoint at that. So.
There are some wars, like on the
The only thing
Nazis were doing Holocaust. The French and the British were not Holocausting people.
All I'm saying is that Hitler thought he was
America,
doing good.
you know, the Japanese and America.
Those
didn't
were
murder them.
internment camps.
People literally died less in those internment camps than normal people did outside of the internment.
That's not
And they
true.
still make it is true. And they were still making livable wages. That's bullshit.
Livable wages, no.
Well, they were making small wages.
They were making.
They were being-
sweatshop rates.
It doesn't really matter because they were being fed government cheese. Like they didn't have to pay for the food.
Have you ever had government cheese?
No.
Oh my god.
It's good.
We bought some in Denver. Best day
What
of
the
my
fuck is
life.
government cheese?
It's cheese that the government
And
gives.
they gave it to people in, well, I don't want to say black people, but it was black people who lived in the
Poorhouses.
projects. They gave them government cheese.
I got government cheese when I was a baby. My mother was a single white mother who.
What about your dad?
They weren't married yet. They didn't get
Oh,
married
no.
till.
Anyway,
Technically single.
Yeah.
What I'm
so
trying to
the
say-
government paid for me, and I was given
Same.
free food.
Actually, yeah, same.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Same with my sister.
yeah, we've never done that.
Why you don't have a dad? You obviously
Oh.
did that.
All I'm trying to say is there really wasn't a morally correct side on either side of this war.
Only morals that are important are the morals of the Lamos.
What I'm trying to say is, do you guys think it
My
was
morals.
a good thing to join World War One at the time? Do you think it was?
Well, I'm not a World War One buff, so I don't know enough
you
about
know,
it.
like
I know more about World War II than any war.
I'm more of a World War II.
I sent you both, telling you I was going to ask this question to do a
No,
little
you
research.
Not
see,
you didn't send me.
You
I
see,
sent it to the group
the
chat.
thing is,
I didn't read it.
I didn't care, and I wanted to
Hey.
bring up one more topic:
Bring up your dog.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch. You mean
Sam
Sasquatch.
Squanch. Absolutely, 100%.
Like,
Sam Squanch.
Like on what's that new scare prank encounters? Who does that?
Prank
T-
encounters.
Toothless.
The kid from.
Toothless.
The kid, yeah, the kid
Do
from.
you know what
Stranger
prank
Things.
encounters are?
Yeah, no.
Yes, it's with Toothless from Stranger Things.
Yeah, but yeah, no. Do you guys think Sasquatch is real? Like,
Yeah.
actually, do you think he's out there?
No.
I
I think at one point there was an animal similar to Sasquatch.
I 100% think it's out in the forests of Washington.
I don't think there's Sasquatch. I think at one point there was an animal similar to it, but not
I
anymore.
mean, how can there not be though?
I mean, I think it was just a gorilla someone confused for a person.
But
That's not. They don't.
Dude, there was literally a
They don't-
show.
what
well,
type of gorilla?
There was a show called Hunting Sasquatch. They didn't
Hunting
find
Bigfoot.
shit.
It's
Hunting
called
Bigfoot,
finding Bigfoot.
Whatever. They
Finding
didn't
Bigfoot.
find shit.
Get your stuff right.
I'm swearing again.
They did find a lot. They found a lot of the Bigfoot.
I'm telling you, swore 3 times.
Nasty.
Yeah, they found
Never-
everything, but they didn't get any footage.
They did.
Yeah, they
not
did.
not directly of Bigfoot. Like, I'm watching this. This is Bigfoot up close. This is like, what is that walking through there? Upright, not like a bear would, but like a man would walk with his arms.
Like a.
Listen, if any of that crap was
Yeah.
real, we wouldn't be having this debate. We'd know it was true.
I feel like.
100% think.
What do you think about megalodons? And stuff like that.
Megalodon-
Prehistoric,
See, this is
prehistoric
where
creatures.
people, a lot of them say like, oh, it's at the bottom of the ocean, but
But it would come up once it dies because it would bloat.
they
That's
not
not how that
necessarily.
works.
Not necessarily.
There's so much
but
pressure
There's
under
so
there,
much pressure, and there's
it's
nothing down there to eat.
Actually, there is.
Yeah, there is.
There's
We just
the-
don't know enough
There's the
about it.
giant squid and stuff, but once you get so far down there, like down the Mariana Trench, they've had expeditions and stuff with those like controlled underwater drones, and they're like, only stuff that's down here is like microscopic plankton.
Yeah,
So
Well,
they
I'm
say
with
they
JD.
found a megalodon.
I'm with JD. I don't think megalodons are still alive down there, but we don't know a lot about our ocean.
oceans are terrible.
So I don't know either way. I don't think we know enough about our oceans to make a good call on that one. Do you think that the Loch Ness monster was real or was
Nessie's
real?
not
No.
Do you think it was real at one point?
No.
I mean,
maybe
maybe
a
prehistoric
version of it, like because there is a
like
there is a dinosaur that was similar to what they say.
Plethiosaurus?
Nessie.
I don't think Nessie was ever real.
the Plethiosaurus? I think
I
that's
don't
it.
know. I don't
I'm
get
probably
my facts
making.
wrong.
I'm probably making up dinosaur names right
Yeah,
there.
I don't
so.
know.
Anyway, I just
Yeah,
wanted
but-
to talk about Nessie. I
But-
like Nessie.
But the thing is,
I like.
there was a dinosaur that was very similar to what they say Nessie looks
I
like.
mean, yeah. I
Maybe
mean,
yeah, there was.
It had like flippers and ate whales and shit back then, but
I
sorry.
don't think Nessie was real.
No, I feel like it's just a tale.
what about Giorgio from Ancient Aliens, the man with the big hair?
He's real.
He's 100% real, and anything he says is law.
Yeah, just like Papa Stalin.
No, because of his hair.
Wait. What do you? Oh no, we already talked about that. Let's think of supernatural things like Bigfoot and all that. What's another good one? What are your beliefs on like? Ghosts.
Oh my God! I have a good one.
Wait, slut.
Deer Man.
No.
The
We'll
deer
talk,
man.
We'll talk about that after this. What are your beliefs on ghosts, Wyatt? Because you're the religious man here.
Why'd you say that like it was an insult?
It wasn't.
No, because you're the most religious.
You're
out
the
of us.
religious man here. I'm not necessarily religious or not religious.
I think I don't really know. I don't think they're real. I stopped thinking they were real a long time ago.
Why?
I think when the Bible talks about demons, they're talking more about personal flaws. I just don't think ghosts are real. I think when it says in the Bible not to talk to ghosts, it's saying don't
Talk
try
to dead people?
Little do you know.
Because it's kind of like it's similar to satanic rituals. I don't believe they're real. I'll be honest.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
I say
I
I like.
100% believe them, mainly because I've had my encounters with them, and I
Yeah,
think that
me
they.
too.
I mean, I want to have encounters.
It's
I don't know if I
terrifying.
talked about it, but I think I did on one of the last podcasts about my fort in my room.
We can re-say it because I don't remember talking about it. So.
All right. Well,
talk about
when we moved into my house in second grade, so 10 years ago, my parents they built a wood.
Where are we at, Wyatt?
Yeah, 53.
We can keep talking
Yeah,
over. We're good.
yeah.
We can make. We will make two tonight.
Probably not.
Probably not. Possibly.
Maybe
We'll,
we'll make this
we'll,
a little
we'll,
longer.
we'll talk about it in a minute. Well, and like me and my brother shared a room at the time, and a fourth of our room was a wooden box that was like a sniper shootout thing, and on the opposite wall was like targets and stuff for our Nerf guns, and they had like the suction things, so we shoot out of there.
Yeah, I remember.
And I was just
I know. I can.
just
Hey, sit up straight, Wyatt. Stop
Yeah, I
slouching.
would, but you
Stop
guys
slouching.
didn't give me a
Stop
chance
slouching.
to back.
Stop
and my
slouching.
back
Stop
is
slouching.
hurting.
Stop slouching.
I'm not slouching. I'm laying.
Wait, no, you're laying down. That's inappropriate posture. Please sit up.
Probably is, but I
Jay,
didn't.
look
You
how
guys made
it
me sit
sits.
on that frickin' bench. So.
well. There's under our beds were like across the room from each other, and above it there was like a hole that went up into the.
I just saw Gerald scamper across the
Good.
floor.
Hi, Gerald.
Cutie.
Well, we would hear before I have a baby brother now, who's 3, and but before he was born, we lived in that room, and we'd hear, before there was any babies in the house, we'd hear a baby crying all the time. We would hear talking, walking, all sorts of stuff up there. And we were so scared that we put totes in there full of
Yeah, I
toys
know
and
that.
then
I know
pile-
you would block off the
And
exits
remember when you
because
fell
I
out of
sat
it?
down on one
You
and
fell
fell
out.
straight through.
I think
Yeah.
one time I was like going to lean like this because when I sit down I kind of like lean like this and my hand went through an exit. I was like,
Yeah,
what the hell?
I fell through it. I sat down and went poof, and then my phone starts ringing. And I'm like,
I'm
"Hi,
sad you
Mom."
got rid of that. That place was kind of cool.
It was terrifying. And I was gone. I was out, I think, my friend Colby that you guys didn't know.
No, I don't know. Colby, Colby Jack Cheese.
No, his name's Colby Chandler.
Colby
That
Cheese.
was a gay name.
Well, no, fuck you.
Colby Cheese. Swore.
I don't care.
Yeah,
You
language.
just call my friend gay.
No, I called his name.
We call you gay.
Yeah, we call you gay all
Why?
the time.
You try to make America a little gay again.
Yeah, that doesn't make me gay. It just makes me a little gay.
Again.
Again.
He was past gay, not.
No. Like,
It goes on and off.
Well, my needless to say, my brother and my adopted brother
President Garfield.
kind of destroyed it and just took it down out of my room, and I was forced to clean it.
You should have beaten the shit out of him.
Why?
Swore.
That's a swore.
Oh.
That's swore. We're gonna. Every time you swore, we're gonna have a jar that you put stuff in.
Hey, yeah, if you get to hit me when I swear, I get to hit you when you swear.
Okay, I didn't do it hard.
Give here.
Okay. I didn't swear though.
You've sworn 3 times. I've
You
counted.
sworn like 6 times.
I've sworn twice.
No, you haven't.
No, you
3
haven't.
times.
No, you
No.
swore a bit.
Well, yeah.
I think I swore 3 times. I've never
No.
No, you said the F word twice. You said the S word like 3 times at least.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call bull honky.
Well, we can go ahead and watch the
Maybe
video
we
later.
could. Probably
But,
will.
yeah, the Deer Man.
Mm.
When I threw in a summer barbecue, and
You swore.
like I said,
You swore. It's like
yeah,
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's a swore. You gotta get.
Come on.
That means I can hit him 5 times.
No,
One
I hit you
swore.
once.
One swore.
I didn't do it hard. You don't hit me hard.
Okay. Every summer, I used to throw like a barbecue, and we all decided to go walking around town as we normally
There was
do.
like 10 of us.
Because there's nothing to
To
do.
do. In our
Was this
And-
the one in freshman year?
I have
you
no
were
idea.
gone.
Yeah, I
The
was
year,
here
the
freshman.
year you were gone.
Yeah, the years
We
you
had,
were
we
gone.
had like, we went to
Yeah, we
Laney's
were
house
just-
that
we
night.
were
We
just
had
going into
bandanas
high
I think
on.
that was 8th grade.
We were dressing up like gangsters. We had like bandanas
No, that
on.
was 8th grade because you guys were talking about it freshman year.
Yeah, and we were walking across the field because I live in a place where you have the house and then you walk across the field
To the high school.
and then there's the high school. We were walking across the field and we see this massive deer. And we're like, that's a big old sucker, dude.
Did?
I had like a butt cheeks on a
Did
step.
really?
Yeah, that thing was massive. And
Did?
we're just walking and it starts
Here it is.
sprinting. And
It is as tall as the top of the light.
and we start, and it's like, okay, we need to run. And we start running because we think this thing is running at us. This thing stands up on its hind legs and starts sprinting. Scariest moment of my life. I tell you what, this
we
thing
sprinted
is.
probably 1,000 yards in like a.
We ran up there. It's so fast. Oh my god! It was. You roll your eyes now, but go ahead and ask Christian.
As
Anybody
Parker,
that was there.
Micah, Christian.
Anybody that was there.
Who else was there? Who stayed the night? The girl.
We had a girl was there.
Or no, Lainey was there really late. I think.
Yeah, Lainey
Oh
was
yeah, then
really
we went
late.
to her house after that. Yeah.
Yeah, but it started sprinting at
Are
us.
you sure this was my freshman year?
Yeah,
no,
she
I
was there.
you weren't there, and we
'Cause I know we
started.
passed out at Laney's house freshman year.
No, and we started sprinting.
Yeah, we did.
And we get up to like our local
Oh,
gas
we did
station,
shit,
and we're
we
out
got in
of
trouble.
breath. And then we're all too afraid to head back. It was.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh, I guess we.
Well, I guess you weren't at the one I went to, so yeah, it must not have been.
Yeah, you guys didn't invite me,
Oh, we did. You were gone.
so I said you.
No, we didn't invite him.
No, I'm pretty sure we did.
No, we
No.
just didn't invite him.
No.
Um,
Damn sure we did.
No,
No.
we didn't. That's a
No,
swore.
and he was pissed
That's a
'cause we
swore.
did it.
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
two
double
swores.
swore.
Wait, what I say
You
the
said
second
D.
time?
You said the D word and then the P word.
Yeah, that's not. Pissed isn't a swear.
Yes, it is.
No, hold on. I'm gonna debate this.
No, it is 100%. Go ahead.
Yeah,
and
if
ask
you
Miss
say
Tracy.
if a little kid says that, are they getting in trouble?
Well, I refuse to take the hit until Miss Tracy confirms it.
I guarantee you it is.
I'm gonna call Miss Sims and give Miss Tracy's number right about now.
I thought that sounds illegal.
No, it's not. I
Yeah,
can go to the
but no,
website and get her number.
Seriously, but what do you think that was? Legit.
A Wendigo.
This is one of the scariest moments of my life.
Wendigo's more of a Washington thing.
They're all over the
it's a
U.S.
Native-
I
it's
don't
a
think
Native
there's
American thing.
I
There's
think
an
like
area that they live in.
Northwestern Native
It
Americans.
happens everywhere. All the natives have a similar story.
Yeah, like werewolves and stuff like that. What are your thoughts on like things like that? Like,
Well,
you think that-
werewolves, a lot of people think that it was just Europeans who got attacked by wolves and then made a story about it.
Well, I mean, and then there's the
I don't
vampire.
know about
Or
that.
barbarians.
Yeah, what
wearing
about like
wolf skins.
vampire?
Vamp-
Oh,
well,
that's a fair point.
I mean, hey,
Barbarians wearing
remember
wolf skins, like Vikings and stuff.
I've
Beowulf?
listened to a podcast.
Huh?
about it.
Beowulf,
Beowulf, yeah.
the poet or something? What was the movie that we watched?
The movie was
Oh,
trash.
the trash one
I
about
love
the
that
Indian
movie.
guy
I kind of liked it. I didn't.
with the like the snake, but it was just people holding torches. The
I
dragon.
kind of
That movie
enjoyed
was
it.
Fire Snakes.
Garbage.
Great movie.
I hated
Anyways,
Kind of like.
but
I
like vampires
hated
and
it.
stuff, Vlad the Impaler.
Vlad the Impaler, not Vlad.
Highly
Vlad.
underrated. His country
Yes.
was very successful when
He was a
Because
very-
he terrified people.
Yes,
Because
he
he
would
would
put
sit-
their head on a pike
like,
if they
yeah.
didn't.
And
Would you rather have an unstable society, or would you rather impale people? I know which I'd choose.
I
And that
tell
was-
people that don't listen to me.
yeah, but a lot of people believe that noise you did just terrified me.
So as I'm editing this, I'm realizing that my phone died at about that time, and we lose about another minute and a half of talking, and at that point, it's basically just me trying to close it while Wyatt rambles on about more World War II stuff. So that's all you really miss.